Hello, good evening. Charger. Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Hi, good evening. Please type something. Let me know you can hear me well. Let me see if I can increase the volume. Yeah, please type something. Let me know if you can hear me. If possible, let me know where you're watching from, the country you are watching from. That would be nice to know. So I can see, maybe I can speak a language from where you're watching from. So type something before we begin. Hello. So hi, Dream Onye. Oh, Onye Kwelu. Good evening. Thank you for being here. Are you a content creator? I see that you're watching from YouTube. Let me know. Thank you for. Yes. Okay, that's great. No, thank you for letting me know. Animata Ba. You're from Sierra Leone, aren't you? Good evening. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Is Aminata watching from Sierra Leone? Hello, Kate. Odia said, hey, Seba Futa. Also, go to your room now. Okay, I already sent him upstairs, but I don't know what he's still doing there. He really disturbed my live video yesterday, so I'm not going to let that happen again today. So he just has to learn to behave himself. He's 3 years old, and he's not too young to be disciplined. So when mommy is busy, he's listening to me anyway. That's why I'm talking like this. When mommy is busy, he has to know that. Let me give mommy 30 minutes. So we're not going to stay too long here. Oh, Dream, you live in Germany. Oh, you're my neighbor. I live in the Netherlands, so we are so close. Are you a content creator? Hello, Blessed Neniaru. Good evening. Hope you're doing well. Animata, I'm watching from. Oh, wow. UK. Yes, from your name, yes. Aminata. Good to have you. Are you Fula? Because I do have a few Fula friends. Hadibodi. They talk to you. Good to have you. Good to have you. We're gonna get right into it right away. So if you're just tuning in, my name is Blessing Njoh. I am running this live stream simultaneously on both YouTube and Facebook. If you get to watch it maybe tomorrow or on a different day, please know that we are streaming live. So there might be lapses and delays here and there with what I say and the comments as the comments. Ne, magnet, ne, ne. Go and sit down there. Go to your room now. Bye. Good boy. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Okay, please give this video a thumbs up. Okay, good to hear that. Good to hear. All right, please give this video a thumbs up before we start. For those of you on YouTube, just give it a thumbs up. If you're watching from Facebook, go ahead and give it a like, a love, a share. You can also share from YouTube anyway. So thank you all for being here. If you share, I appreciate it. So we want to talk about how to stay out of Saga if you want to stay out of Saga. Thank you for the like. Wow, I see a like. Thank you. Thank you. Whoever did that, thank you so much. We have a few people watching, and I'm wondering why I'm not getting likes. Maybe you want me to get into it before you start liking. I do understand that. So let's just start. And then if maybe you like what you hear, you give it a thumbs up. If you don't like what you hear, give it a thumbs down. It's your right to do so. Okay, so how do you get out? Well, the thumbnail says how to stop Saga. I think I should have made it how to get out of Saga, because Saga is not something you can stop. You can stop Saga generally. Saga, I've always said, is a part of life. Let me see if I can. Yeah, so I have my number there. Hey, Nay. Okay, you guys need to excuse me. I don't want to have to end this live stream, so just please excuse. Mommy said no. Okay? Come. Come. Yeah, Okay. 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 Bye. Good boy. Good boy. Bye. Okay. Apologize for that. So, like I was saying, Saga is part of life, and it's not something I think we can just stop. Like, and for anyone to say, make una stop Saga, you guys should stop Saga, I think it's just going to be a fruitless project to even want to convince people to stop Saga or tell them why they should stop Saga. But you can maybe do that with individuals. Like, okay, how do you get out of Saga if you choose to get out of Saga? Good evening, Mercy Edo. Good to have you. Good evening. If you choose to get out of Saga, yeah. So what inspired this video was actually a video I saw yesterday and also the day before. I didn't put her name in the title anyway, but that's the inspiration behind this video. So you guys know that there has been a lot going on with Beatrice of Baika and Lolo and all of that. And ever since Beatrice of Baika started the ambush against Lolo, Lolo has kind of like entered house. Hello, Agidi Bobby Francis. Good evening. From Pepper Grill. Oh, Abuja. Ah, those are my peeps. Good to have you, Agidi Bobby Francis. Good to have you. How is Abuja? How many degrees Celsius? What's the temperature like in Abuja right now? How are you enjoying? And what are you having? What are you having? Are you having steak? What are you having? Let me know. Good evening, Sophia Igo Ate Jeke. Good evening and welcome. Please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you're just joining. And if you can hear me at any point in time, please let me know to raise it up a bit. Okay, so I was saying that, well, ever since this thing started between Lolo and Beatrice, Lolo has kind of like withdrawn, or rather, she said that she wanted to stay. She wasn't going to do Saga anymore. She was going to stop responding to Saga, and I was like, wow, like Lola has been involved in so many different sagas with so many different people, and never has she. I don't think she has ever made this kind of decision to say, I don't want to do this anymore. I do not want to respond anymore. So this was quite unprecedented in a way. And then I thought, okay, let's watch and see. It's a good thing to make that decision for yourself that, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. And then just yesterday, oh, good to know. Thank you for letting me know. So just yesterday, I watched a video in which, well, she has been like trying to do her thing in a way, not really 100%, but she has been trying. And she'll just go there, do her makeup, go to work, and maybe I haven't been watching everything in full, but yesterday I watched one, and she was doing her makeup, and she was saying stuff like, she was still talking about Saga. She was still talking about Saga. Like, yeah, Saga, they born this one, Saga, they do this, calling Saga, saying things about Saga. Saga, they born bastard. Saga, they born go bring DNA. Saga, talking about Saga. And I'm watching and I'm like, just a few days ago, you announced to your viewers that you want to get out of this thing. You don't want to respond anymore. You're even telling them, you guys, if you really want to support me in this journey towards not responding, not doing something, you guys should share my video, encourage me, support me, so that I can stay on track. And I was like, wow, that's a good thing, She's even asking for people to join her and help her to really be able to focus on why she is on social media. And then that video of yesterday, I'm like, okay, you want to stay on track and you are talking about Saga this, Saga that, and reminding yourself and your viewers about Saga. Hello, Matilda Film TV. Hello. If you're a content creator, let me know. You're also free to share your links, your YouTube links. You're free to talk with each other, connect with each other, write the kind of content that you are creating so that other people can also check you out. You're free to do that here. Okay, so I was like, then on the other hand, I felt like, okay, let's not blame this lady too much. Saga is sweet. Saga is, if you say Saga is not sweet, you are pretending. Like you're lying to yourself, you're deceiving yourself. Saga is sweet, and what I've come to realize is that Saga could also be addictive. So I was like, okay, let me not just blame her too much, because like she's used to this thing. She has been doing this thing for so many years, and for her to just pull out abruptly might not be a very easy thing for her. So I kind of like understood that, okay, maybe it will take time. It will take time. So that one kind of like went. That one kind of like went, and then she made another video yesterday, and in that video, she put a thumbnail of Beatrice Opaika and her husband, and the title was Who de Zuzu. Relationship is not, let me see if I can find the, let me see if I can find it here. Yeah. Who de Zuzu, living together is not marriage. That's the title. And that's the picture of Beatrice Opaika. And well, that one is hidden under the subscribe. Her face is hidden under the subscribe, the red button, and that's her husband she put there. And she used them as thumbnail for her video. And I'm like, just a few days ago, you don't want to do Saga anymore. And today, you were using these people as your thumbnail. So the thing is, you're saying one thing to your viewers, you're saying another thing to your viewers. By the way, if you're just joining this video, this is an analysis. I'm an analyst. I analyze a few things that I see here and there on social media. So I'm like, it really takes away a whole lot of integrity from you. You are not really credible to your words even. I'm not talking about, okay, last year I said I wasn't going to do Saga anymore, and this year I'm doing Saga. I'm saying a few days ago here, just like last week, you said you weren't going to do Saga anymore, and today you're using the picture of someone who is playing audio recordings of you as your thumbnail, and you're saying, what was it again? Living together is not marriage. And of course, she's referring to the fact that the woman is apparently living together and not married, according to her. So I'm like, we have to be careful, especially social media presenters. It takes a little thing for people to stop trusting you. People are going to stop taking your word for it. When you sit there, your credibility matters a lot. A lot of people, like I always say, people say things on social media because those things sound nice. They sound good. I'm speaking English. Let me say this and motivate. But they don't mean what they are saying, and they are not acting what they are saying. And that could really affect, even when people are watching you, they're just watching you, okay, you sound good, okay, but we don't believe you. That is the worst place you want to be as a social media presenter. And the reason I'm saying this is, in particular, Lolo, a few of them might also be like that. For example, Kate. I feel like Kate, ODL Kate, I feel like she's also in a similar position, because Kate would promise her viewers that she would come and play some audio recordings, and they would come in their numbers. They would flood there, and then they would, at the end of the video, they would leave with a bitter taste in their mouth. Like, what just happened? So it has happened a few times with Kate, and I find it quite unfortunate. But in terms of Lola's case, it's like Lola has told her fans she was traveling to Nigeria. Lola ended up not traveling to Nigeria. Lola told her fans that she would be going to Germany for Eddie Murphy's birthday. Lola ended up not going to Germany for Eddie Murphy's birthday. And eventually, Lola said she would be going to Manchester for Esther Edopayi's show. Nobody believed. Like 95% of people didn't believe that she would go, because they were just used to her saying one thing and not really doing that thing that she's saying. And that, I think, would be really risky. You could think, oh, I'm just joking. Like, if you're not going somewhere, why even say you're going there? Okay, that Nigeria one might be a bit tricky. There might be some other reasons attached. But you said you were going to Eddie Murphy's party in Germany. Why did you even say you weren't going when you know deep in your heart you would not be there? That's one. So that one already, and a few other little things that you just say, maybe you're saying it as a joke, and and then at the end of the day, there is no explanation. It really does something. And then eventually she was going to Manchester, and nobody believed, like nobody expected she would go because they were already used to her saying things and not really doing those things. And then eventually she went. So it was like a surprise, like people were really surprised that, wow, she came. So it's just like, let's be careful when we say things online. And even when we don't do things that we promise, we should be accountable to our viewers. Like, sit down and explain to them, like, okay, I said this, but a lot of these people, they don't even address that thing. They don't even revisit it or go back to it. They just pretend like it never happened. That could really affect the way people see you. You just see them, they're talking, and they're really watching you, they're listening, but it's just like, whenever she says she wants to do something, they're like, when it happens, then we will believe. That is like the worst place you want to be. They are going to be like, okay, fine, you just said it, but we'll see. When the day comes, then we'll know if it's true. Let's be very, very careful. There's a fine line between there and the other end, if that makes sense. So that really brought me to this topic, like, how do you get out of Saga? Okay, so now I just see that it's difficult for Lolo to get out of Saga, and it's also difficult not only for her, but I think it's difficult for a whole lot of people to get out of Saga. Like, maybe some of them, they've done Saga for so many years, and they'll just think, what am I gaining from this? They want to get out of Saga, but the Saga keeps pulling them. There's like an attractive force like holding them down there. And there are also viewers, commenters, people who watch all these people. You're watching them and you notice that I'm investing so much time of my life watching these people ranting from one fight to the other, from one saga to the other. What am I benefiting? I'm spending so much time. I don't spend that much time with my family. My work is being affected. What am I getting from these people? I need to find a way to reduce it or even to stop entirely. So I put together a few points, what you can do to do that. So a few things that I put down is, number one, if you're there, you might be a social media person or you might be a commenter. One thing you can do, like in the beginning, is to stay away from anything that has to do with Saga. And with that being said, I'm going to use Naomi plus Glam as an example. She probably doesn't like her name to be linked with Saga, but we have to do what we have to do sometimes. She's a good example of how you can easily stay out of Saga. It's easy to respect people and like people, but it's not easy to have that extra respect for them. And Naomi plus Glam is that kind of person you have that extra respect for. She didn't even have to announce that she wasn't going to do Saga. When everything just happened, she just focused. She just kind of like rebranded everything she's all about, focused on it, and stuck to it. So you guys can take a cue from her. Like, she just she never threw shade at anybody, never mentioned anybody directly or indirectly. She just go there, sit there, and do her makeup. Initially, when the whole fracas went down, a lot of people were going to her videos to watch to see if she'd mention something, she'd say something, but she never did. So people kind of like started drawing away, they stopped watching her videos, but she kept on doing what she was doing. She wasn't bothered by who was watching and who wasn't watching. She remained focused on her vision. And it took maybe a year, but now she has her own tribe. She built her own community of people who believe in her, people who genuinely like her for her makeup skills. They don't like her because she's fighting. They don't like her because she's entertaining them. They don't like her because she's doing saga or calling someone's name. They like her because of her skills and what they are learning from her. So that is one example. Stay away. If you're truly in your heart, so it's one thing to say, oh, I don't want to do saga again. I don't want respond again. But it's another thing to mean it deep in your heart, to know the reason you shouldn't do saga again. And one reason for people to say, oh, I don't want to do it again is they want to run. They face something bigger than them and they don't know how to back off. They don't know how to kind of like go and hide. Then they'll just use that one as a cover up, like, okay, I don't want to do saga anymore. Next week, you see them doing saga. So I think that's what happened in this situation. Like, okay, let me just save face. Let me just hide. And I'll just say, I don't want to do saga anymore. But deep in their heart, they don't mean it. It's just like when you're in a relation. Oh my God, am I seeing comment? I'm not seeing comment. Sorry. Irinosa says, so you think social media presenters will say they stop saga and believe that? Well, if they truly mean it, they can do it. It's achievable. It might not be too easy, but it's definitely achievable. And it's always like, okay, when she said she was going to stop, it was okay, let's wait and see what happens. It didn't even take a week. And Madam is back to saga. Good evening, Ellie Black. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so you guys can call in, by the way. I hardly get calls, but it's fine. I also like to interact like this. So, like I said, it's almost like when you're in a relationship with someone, with a man, and you're saying, I'm leaving you. You're angry, you're upset, and you're leaving that man. But deep in your heart, you're not ready to leave that man. It could kill you. That could kill you because emotionally, you're not in that place to be alone, to be without him. So that is what is happening here. You have to be psychologically, emotionally, physically ready to say, I'm done with saga. You don't just say it because, yeah, it sounds good, or let me just use it to run and go and hide. You say it because you mean it, because you know in your heart that I'm done. And you have some plans or other strategies or other things in place that you know that you're going to engage yourself with. So it's not just, okay, I'm stopping and then what? You have to plan before you stop. It's like leaving a man. You plan, like, it's not even like you plan and put things together, but you're ready. When you're upset and you're saying, get out, I don't want you anymore, I don't think you're ready at that point. When you know you're truly ready to leave this man, you're not even upset. You're like, I'm done. It's okay. I wish you well. It's fine. You're really satisfied. You're happy. You're confident in what you're saying. You're not saying it out of anger. Go away. And when that man leaves, it could just kill you. It could crumble you. Women have landed in hospitals because of the relationships they broke. I have seen it personally. A woman breaks up with a man and she lands in the hospital. She couldn't take it because she wasn't emotionally ready. You have to be ready for it. So if you're not ready to leave saga, stop announcing that you're leaving saga. It does something to your credibility, your integrity. People stop believing you. They stop taking your word for it. It really affects you. So I said, another thing is, apart from, withdrawing yourself from anything that has to do with saga, stop watching saga. That might be difficult, but stop watching. If you have a proxy account that is linked to saga, deactivate it. Don't go there and say, okay, I will watch, but I won't comment. Okay, I will watch, but I won't respond. Okay, I will watch, but I won't do saga. It's going to affect your head because you're not responding, but it's biting you. It's affecting your mental well-being. So detach yourself, remove yourself. Don't watch, don't get pulled, because when you keep watching, you're going to get pulled into it. Just like this example I gave with Laura. She was watching, that is why she got pulled back into it. If she hadn't been watching Beatrice or Parika, she wouldn't know about the marriage, no marriage thingy, because that was her title. Living together is not marriage. And then she used their pictures. Oh, really? Gold Queen, I've always been live, like so many times. I was even live 2 days ago, but I'm happy you're here. I'm happy you're here. Yes. Another thing you can do, like I said, you have to put a plan together. Another thing you can do, because I know that, look, Saga might be addictive if you're used to doing Saga. Like 3 months would not pass without you doing Saga with someone. Then imagine you just stopping it. It's going to be very hard. And you might just get addicted to it. Like there are people who have been doing Saga for the past 5, 6 years. That is all they know how to do best. So it's going to be difficult. Then it becomes addictive. Okay. So how do you break that addiction? You have to find a way to break it. Good evening, Mommy Juliet TV. Good evening. So you have to find a way to break that addiction and to overcome it. How can you do so? By getting yourself busy with other things. Try to find a hobby. Try to find something you love. If possible, go and join a community group around you. There are Facebook groups for people who sew clothes, Facebook groups for people who do makeup, Facebook groups for people who cook. Join these groups within your community. You can just type it in the search area of Facebook, like, okay, or even Google. If you live in Akure, for example, why did I think of Akure? If you live in Akure, for example, just type cooking group Akure, cooking club Akure, group for fitness, whatever, fitness lovers. If you're into fitness, search for that community where you live in your area. Search for it online. Connect with real people in that community. If you're a social person, if you're sociable anyway, there are some people you go to that community and still scatter it for them. You create Saga inside that community. If you know that you can relate with people, you have great social skills, go ahead and just get yourself busy with a new hobby. That is one of the things you can do. Another thing you can do is spend more time with your family. You cannot underestimate how fast time can fly when you're with your family, doing things with your family. Like, I've been home today, he doesn't go to school today, my kid, and I can't even believe it's 5:45 or 6 p.m. Time flies. Spend more time. A lot of social media presenters you see, they don't spend enough time with their families. I don't know how they do it. I don't know what they tell you guys, but the truth of the matter is that they don't spend enough time with their family. They don't spend enough time with their kids. They don't do activities with their kids. They don't talk face to face, eyeball to eyeball. Sometimes my kid, he's 3 years old, 3. I would sit him down. He might not be able to communicate and say everything in his mind, but I just want him to look into my eyeballs. I'll tell him, lay Maya, like, look at me. And then I'm asking him questions. Connect with those people that you see physically, those people that matter to you, those people that are going to miss you the most if, God forbid, anything happens to you. Not those people online that you don't know. Those people are going to forget you after 2 days if, God forbid, anything happens to you. But those people who are going to be affected the most by your absence, spend quality time with them. That is going to take you away from being dragged into anything that has to do with Saga. Trying to help you guys here. If you're a social media presenter, you're thinking, I don't want to do Saga anymore. These are the things that you really can do. These are actionable steps that you can take. If you're a commenter, you're a viewer, you notice that, oh my God, the only thing I do is watch videos online, Saga videos. You might just be addicted to it. Watch movies instead. When was the last time you guys even watched a movie? Watch a movie. Spend 2 hours. Hold your husband's hands. You guys should sit side by side. Hold his hands. You guys should watch a movie. Spend that time on, and this message is not for everybody. Like, there are some people, they are enjoying Saga. Me, most people are enjoying Saga. I'm talking now to those people who are like, this thing, they benefit me. I know, they add anything to my life, but I'm finding it difficult to stop. This message is for you. But if you're still like, Saga continues, please let it continue, then this video is not for you, yeah? Okay, another thing you can do if you feel like, because like I said, you can say, oh, I want to stop Saga. but you notice that emotionally you're still doing Saga. You still carry hate in your heart. Good evening, Tina. You still carry bitterness in your heart. You still carry anger in your heart. You're not doing Saga if you succeed in stopping. You're not doing it. But when you wake up, you're going to work or you're taking care of your kids, the thing you just remember and your day is ruined. How can you get rid of that again? Because that is only going to be reminding you of the things that you don't want to be reminded of. How can you do that? Number one, we talked about forgiveness 2 days ago. Forgive those who have hurt, even if they don't apologize. Let go. It might take a long time, but let go. And it's not only about forgiving them. It doesn't stop with forgiving people. It's also about forgiving yourself. It's also about forgiving yourself. I'm going to give you guys an example of what happened with me when I just started like doing, I wouldn't say I just started then. I had been doing like media work, but I really started like really fully in 2012. And I was working with this media company, Africa Web TV, shout out to you. And I was working with them. And then I did an interview. I interviewed this lady who just broke up from her relationship. A Surinamese married to a Nigerian. And the Nigerian man happened then, or happens to be someone that I know personally. And it's crazy. And we went over to her house. Like, I was just there as an interviewer. The producer, the guy who runs the media company, the cameraman, like, they decide on whatever. So we went over to her house, we did an interview, and then she really explained what happened, why they broke up. And I was like, wow, okay. And how has this affected you? And we really talked at length. And then, of course, the people, the team, the technical team, they went back and they edited the video and they put that video out. And that woman, she gave us pictures of her husband, of when they got married, you know, their wedding pictures, and his face was fully in the video. And the guy edited the whole thing and put the guy's face on, you know, on the video. And the whole world, well, I can't say the whole world, a lot of people watched the video. And this guy, like I said, is somebody I know. I even attended their baby dedication or something when they were still together. So I know them. And then, but the guy didn't have my number. And then he asked my number from someone else who had my number at the time. And that one just sent me a message like, what did that one even send me? Sent me a message on Facebook. That one didn't have my number either. Sent me a message on Facebook, like, please, can I have your number? I was doubting, like, why? Okay, maybe he wants to tell me something, maybe because he didn't even say hello, good evening, but it's someone I know. And he was like, can I have your number? And I was like, okay, maybe something or whatsoever. And then I sent him my number, and then he sent my number to the guy that broke up with that lady. And the guy called me and he was like, why did you do this to me? Like, why did you put my face out there like that? You didn't even listen to my own side of the story. Not that I condemned him in the video, not that I know, but his problem was that, why did you even put my privacy out there like that? You put out my wedding pictures, you talked about me, because the woman alleged so many things. She said, like, okay, he was just trying to use her to get paper. So it was really bad for his reputation in the community. And of course, we know that this country where I live is not, it's a small country. Almost everyone knows everyone. So I was like, I'm just an interviewer. I just did that thingy as a journalist. I'm not a producer. I didn't edit it. I just went there to ask questions. Good evening, Janet Johnson. And Charity, Christy Ebo, sorry. Christy Ebo, thank you for joining. Tina Destiny, thank you for being here. So he said all those things, and it felt so heavy on my heart. And he said that he was going to press charges. He was going to sue. And then, of course, I contacted the producer and I told him, wow, this guy, he's not very pleased with the video, and he's saying that he's going to sue. And the producer was like, I'm waiting. I'm here. And I was like, okay. But it was so heavy on my heart. Like, I kept trying to convince myself that I didn't do anything wrong. I just did my job. I just did my job. Thank you. I kept trying to convince myself. But the thing kept being there. Even if I didn't say anything bad about him in the video, the fact that I know him personally and I interviewed someone he was no longer in a good relationship with, that one already made him feel like I betrayed him. It was so heavy. And then I just decided, like, I need to free myself. I need to ask this guy to forgive me. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't mean to hurt you. Like, I was just doing my job. I'm just doing what they asked me to do. So yeah, I contacted him and I said that I was sorry and I was really apologetic. Like, he knew that it was genuine. Like, he didn't even demand an apology. So for me to just come out of the blues and just apologize, of course, that one already told him this girl really means it. And he was quite soft-hearted and he accepted, told me, look, Blessing, I've let go. Like, I have let go. Just free yourself, I've let go. And I was so happy. I was so relieved, like, because I thought he would be difficult with it. He wasn't difficult. It was like, I have let go. It's okay, free yourself. I've let go. And then I was very happy that, okay, finally, I felt like a burden just fell off my shoulders. I felt good. And then later I realized I hadn't forgiven myself. And that is another thing that can hold you back. If you are saying that you're forgiving people, but you don't forgive yourself, you're still going to be tied down in those emotions. Yeah. So I didn't forgive myself. And I left, I keep how do you say that? I kept on living with that guilt. Like I wasn't satisfied. This guy already accepted my apology, but I wasn't satisfied. Not with his acceptance, but with myself. I just still felt like he should have made it a bit more harder for me. He should have made me work for that forgiveness. He didn't make me do anything. All I had to do was say sorry and tell him how I felt. So I felt like I wanted to do more to show, to prove that I was really sorry. I didn't forgive myself for so many years. And then sometimes he would post on Facebook and I would contact him and write him, like he would post like happy birthday to my son, and I would comment. And I was just trying my best just to show him that I'm really sorry. What can I do to just please you, make you happy? And eventually he was having, I think, the birthday of his last baby or something like that. And I dragged my husband. I was like, we are going there. I just wanted to do everything within my power to show this guy that, look, I'm really sorry, please. And that was the day I really let go. So I dragged my husband. And our baby was just a few months old, like a baby. He couldn't even sit on his own. He was still like always there in bed. And we had this stalker, it's called stalker, this perambulator. And it also has that one that it just looks like a cot. So we could just lay him like he was in bed. We had to order what do you call it, an earphone for him, baby earphone, so that the noise, like, of course, there's going to be a DJ. It's a whole party. There's going to be a DJ and it's going to be very noisy, and that child was not used to that amount of noise. So we had to order the earphone for him. And I dragged my husband. My husband was like, why do you have to go? I said, let's just go. Just do this for me. Let's go. So we ended up going, and he saw me. He didn't know I was going to come. He saw me, the joy. Like, that was the day I felt like, yes, I'm free, I'm forgiving. And the joy, he was like, blessing. And I gave him the gift, I gave him an envelope. And that was the day I felt like, okay, that was the day I let go. That was the day I forgave myself. That was the day I stopped feeling like, oh, I still have to do more to show to him. That was the day, So what I'm trying to say here is that when you forgive people, it's good, but also try to forgive yourself. Try to figure out a way to forgive yourself for all the things that you have done. Forgive yourself for being difficult to forgive other people. But it starts with forgiveness. If you cannot forgive others, it's difficult to forgive yourself. So that is also going to help you to stay out of Saga. Hello, Yoba TV, welcome. Thank you for being here. Okay. Another thing that you can do is learn from your mistakes. You want to stay out of Saga, learn from why you even got into Saga in the first place. Learn from the mistakes you made. You can't tell me, okay, I'm doing Saga with someone, I'm fighting someone, but it's all their fault. I didn't do anything bad. It doesn't work that way. You've made some mistakes. You've done some wrong things and you've made some errors. Learn from them. Think about, okay, what did I do wrong? What could I have done differently? What was my role in this saga? How did I contribute to the existence and the creation of this saga? Learn from it so that it doesn't repeat itself. These are the few things that you can really do to pull yourself out of saga and drama online. If you want to, like I said, this message is not for everybody. If you're not ready to leave saga, don't watch. This video is not for you. But if you feel like saga is not helping me, I want to stop, but I'm finding it difficult, then just follow these few steps or these few tips. These are few things you can do here and there. Get yourself busy. Discover a new hobby. Develop like something you're passionate about. Something you're passionate about. And get busy with it. If you know that, okay, I love to bake, get busy with it. Occupy yourself. Spend time doing other things. Not looking for what did this one say, what did that one say. It's only going to drag you back into it. Even if it doesn't drag you back physically, it's going to drag you back emotionally and psychologically. And what it has done with Lolo now is that, of course, Lolo is going to come back to Saga 100% flat. That one is inevitable. Do you understand? She's just taking her time right now. And the video of yesterday just shows it. I don't want to do Saga. Learn from Naomi plus Black. You don't want to do Saga. Don't put thumbnails of anybody doing Saga. Don't use their thumbnail. Don't, even if you want to do a topic that is related to them, don't make it so obvious for everyone to know that you're talking to them. You put their pictures and then you say, let me see if I can find it. I always forget the title. Living together is not marriage. Yeah. So these are little things that you can really apply that can help you to just get out of it. Like if you mean, like I said, if you mean it that I don't want to do Saga anymore, stop doing anything that has to do with Saga. If it is food you're cooking, cook your food and cook only food. You will lose people, you will lose viewers, definitely, because a lot of viewers are watching us because of Saga. But if you are disciplined, you're focused, you know, this is my vision in life. This is why I'm on social media. You stick to it. It's going to be hard. It's going to be very, very hard. But if you know where you're going to, you will get there. It might take a year. It might take 5. But it's not how long. It's about the destination. It's about where you get to. So that's what it's all about. So let me know if you guys have questions before we round up. Okay, this one says, who told you that Lolo is gonna come back to Saga? What if she doesn't? She's already back to Saga. Do I have to spell it out? Did you watch the video yesterday? Let me show you the thumbnail. There are different kinds of Saga, you know. Saga is not all about, I can sit here and talk quietly like this. I could be doing Saga. Saga is not only when you come and shout and abuse. There are different levels of Saga. This is another level of Saga. She's already back to Saga. That's the inspiration behind this video, by the way. So I hope that answered your question. Let me know if you guys have other questions. Like I was talking about this lady Queen who was doing Saga with Rita TV. And the Queen lady, she would say, I'm not doing Saga. I did a video about her. Like, she's so funny. She was talking with a soft voice. I'm not doing Saga. I'm just advising you. But she was doing Saga. So Saga is not just, oh, you're talking with a loud voice, you're using abusive words. That's Saga. No, you can actually do Saga with a low, sweet voice. It's the things you say, the things you mention, the things you bring into the talk that you're talking, that people will know that, okay, this one is Saga. So if I have issues with someone, we've fallen out, we don't have any business with each other, and suddenly I put up a picture of them and I'm talking about something that relates to them. What is that? Saga. That is Saga, yes. So I hope I answered your question. So she's already back to Saga. It is what it is. And it doesn't have to be a bad thing. Like, Saga is part of life. It doesn't really, it's not like she's been condemned for going back to Saga, but she has to be careful. When you promise your fans, like, I don't want to respond anymore, but you are now doing a video, putting their pictures, that means you're finding it difficult to let go of Saga. You're finding it difficult to concentrate on another niche, another topic, another subject. You're finding it difficult. And like I talked about addiction already, Saga could be addictive, not only to presenters, but also to you viewers and commenters. I've seen people write, nothing they happen or the last 2 days, 3 days, what did they happen? Nobody they do Saga. I've seen comments like that or posts. People are bored online. They want to be entertained. It is addictive. And look, if all these points that I mentioned, let me see, if all these points, okay, I don't know if I should answer that because I'll get to that. So another thing you can do, I don't know if I mentioned all the points that I noted down, but I don't want this video to be too long. So I'm just going to say this last one and then maybe take 1 or 2 comments. Another thing you can do to kind of like pull yourself out of it, if you really in your heart, you know that you want to get out of it, is to reconnect with your religion and your spirituality. When I say religion, it's kind of like dubious. It sounds like, okay, going to church and all of that, going to the mosque, but your spirituality, reconnect, find the you in you, reconnect with who you are, not just I'm blessing, this is where I work, this is what I do, I'm married. No, the person inside, your soul, reconnect with that person. When you discover your essence in life, you're going to tell yourself that Saga has nothing to do with you. Saga has no place with you. That's another excellent thing you can do if you want to get out of Saga, whether as a presenter or as a commenter. Reconnect with your spirituality. Do meditations. I'm going to be reading comments in a while. Do meditations. Have silent moments. Just like maybe when your kids have gone to school, your husband has gone to work, just have that quiet time. Switch off the light. It's not juju. It might sound a little creepy. And just be quiet. Turn off your phone. Put it on airplane mode. 5 minutes. Just, I don't know how to say it. Reconnect with your soul. Who are you? It's going to help you. It's going to help you rediscover things about yourself that you know that, okay, this Saga is a waste of time. Again, only for those who have decided that I'm really sure I don't want to do Saga anymore, but I don't know how to. Take a walk, go into nature, inhale fresh air. It helps your brain. It really, really helps you relax. Okay, let me see comments. I decided to do it. I was struggling if I should put it up or if I shouldn't. Okay, hello Blessing. Hello Candy Hampton. Thank you for your question. Do you think Lolo is depressed and why is she so toxic? Okay, first of all, the first part of the question, do you think she's depressed? Number one, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a mental health care practitioner. But of course, from things we see in life and around us, when you're doing things and you're used to doing it, like me, I'm used to doing videos. And if I should suddenly stop doing videos, it could lead me to getting depressed. So if Lolo decided a few days ago that she wasn't going to do Saga anymore, it could actually lead to depression. You just feel like, okay, so what's the need? What you'd feel restless. You can't take it. You're feeling like, okay, so what's there to life? Like, it takes time to get over that. It's a stage. But if you just hang on to my yes is my yes, my no is my no, I'm not doing it anymore, I'm not doing it anymore. No matter how hard, you will get there eventually. So again, I can use myself as an example. I analyze videos. If for any reason I decide I don't want to analyze anymore, and I'm not ready. I just did it because maybe something happened. And then because of what happened, so it's not my own choice. It's just because of something that happened. And I'm decide I'm not going to analyze videos anymore. But because I'm not ready, it could lead me to depression. So yes, it's possible that she might be, but I'm not a doctor to tell for sure. But where she is now, we are analyzing still. Where she is now as a person could be depressing in the sense that you have two court cases. Well, I'm not sure if the second one has already gone to court, but Monica already sent her legal papers. The other man, Papa Waila, already sent her legal papers because of social media. They're not sending you legal papers because of $1 million or something that really transformed your life or really put you in a certain position or some multi-billion-dollar business, but social media. If you ask many of these presenters, ever since you've been on social media, have you ever made, or the highest, if you put everything you've made together ever since you've been here, 2 years, 5 years, if you add all the monies you've gotten, is it up to 10,000 euros? I don't think 90% of presenters will tell you yes. They can't even be proud of 10,000 euros from social media. And to now know that you have 2 legal injunctions against you because of social media could be depressing. So I cannot say for sure that yes, she is depressed. I don't know. But the things that we are seeing could make us say that there might be elements of depression. It could, anybody would be depressed. I mean, we all have blood flowing in our veins. It could be depressing when you see that audio recordings are being played about you, things are being said about you. A lot of people are now turning against you. Many of your friends are no longer friends with you. You're angry with a lot of people. You know, the social media is no more sweet for you. You know what that means? If you were always free to come online, to go live, and now instead of going, maybe you're used to going 4 times a day, now the thing is no longer gingering you to go. So you just go once sometimes. It's no longer, it could be depressing. It really could. So I really hope I answered your question. Okay, CWW says, for me, I think Saga will never go off media because everywhere will be boring without Saga. So recommend Saga once in a while. Maybe you just joined. Like I said in the beginning, it's going to be fruitless for anyone to come online to preach that make una stop Saga. It's just fruitless. There is no need for that. Because you can't control everybody. You can't control how people respond to things. You can preach it, of course. You can say, okay, of course, you can preach peace. You can ask people to follow the path of peace. It's a good thing. But for you to say, make una stop Saga, who are you? Do you understand? How many people can you preach to that will listen? Saga is part of life. Even if you don't do it online, you're going to do it with someone you're working with. So Saga cannot 100% be eradicated from social media, but there are some stupid sagas that are not necessary. There are some people who just do saga for the sake of doing saga, meaningless saga. Those ones can actually go, and most of those meaningless sagas are the ones that I like to like. Of course, there are some that I just feel like, okay, I'm not even going to waste my time. But in most cases, I just feel like, okay, so what's this actually all about? Okay, so of course there are some meaningless sagas that shouldn't even happen at all. But no, you're right. Saga cannot be eradicated 100%. It cannot go off social media. Social media is going to be boring. But if you're bored because there is no saga, please don't create saga in order to kill your boredom. Don't do it. Don't instigate saga. That's where it goes wrong. If saga happens, lucky you, enjoy it. Watch, enjoy, you'll be entertained. But don't be that person that is going to look for trouble intentionally just for there to be saga. That's where it goes wrong. Don't be that person that would go and lie to people or that would go and call people up so that they can say something just for you to record and use against them. Don't be that person. And don't be that person that is going to say, okay, let me just do saga to build my page. Let me just do saga so that I can be popular. That popularity is going to last you 1 week. And then what after that? And then what? So that's what we are saying here. Saga is part of life. If you feel the need to do saga, by all means, don't say, oh, because I'm too classy, let me just pretend. You will be dying inside. If you feel like you need to do saga to let go of what you're feeling, go for it, 100%. Don't do it to please others. Oh, the same cannot talk, so I no go talk, but it's killing you. Don't do it to yourself. Free yourself. If you feel like I need to talk, talk. It's good. So you recommend saga once in a while. Good evening, Miriam Ojo. Thank you for coming. Okay, those social media presenters have nothing to offer to their followers without saga. I wouldn't agree with you 100%. I wouldn't agree with you. I think they have something to offer, but they are letting the saga overshadow their talent. I think a lot of them are talented. For you to be able to become a social media presenter, you already know you have something. Of course, I know that there are people who just become presenters because everyone else is a presenter and they feel like everyone else is making money out of it. So let me also become a presenter. Of course, there are people like that. But for most, the ones that at least we know, I think they know that they have something. There's something that brought them online. But a lot of them have been distracted from their purpose on social media. And that is why viewers think they don't have anything to offer. They are good at Saga. Saga is sweet. And Saga is interesting and entertaining. And when they do Saga, they are good at it and people enjoy it. So when they do other things, people feel like, this one is boring. And that's the problem with Saga. When people get too used to you doing Saga, the day you want to do something else, on your own is your name. On your own is your name, 100%. So I really don't think they don't have anything to offer. I think they do, but they just need to refocus, ask themselves, why did I actually come online? Did I come online to be doing Saga alone? What brought me here? And then just stick to that. Once in a while, you can do Saga. If someone comes for you, go for them. If you want to, if you choose to, but lay more emphasis on why you're on social media. So I'm going to have to disappoint you or have to disagree with you, not disappoint you, but disagree with you that some of them do have something to offer, but they are not offering it. They are not making use of what they have to offer. They are not showing their talent as much as they should. They are not giving people a piece of them. They are giving too much saga and forgetting their vision. And that's why you have this impression. And I don't blame you for this impression. I really don't. Thank you, Yobo TV. Let me see if I can take a few more questions or comments. Okay, if you say so, if that's what you think. Okay. Yeah, okay, I understand you. You can only name few. You said, for me, none of all these presenters have something upstairs. I don't think, I find it difficult to just agree. Everybody has something to offer, no matter how small. Everyone's knowledge is not the same. And what everyone has experienced in life is not the same. So every presenter, no matter how little their knowledge or the experience they want to share, it's still a bit more than someone else that might be watching them. Everyone has a little bit of something to offer. I don't think they are dumb. I don't think they're empty-headed. I don't. I find it difficult. I want to believe you and agree with you, but I find it difficult to accept that many of them don't. I watch some of them, and some of them actually say a lot of sensible stuff. Some of them do, but Saga they sweet. That's why people don't remember the good things they do. You only remember them for Saga. Okay, this one says because of Saga, a lot of calling on social media. And it's not only Lolo, a lot of presenters have forgotten why, the reason, the essence of creating that page. Why did they create that page? They've forgotten. They are now dragged and drawn into Saga. So it's not only her, a lot of them, a lot of them. And like I said before, look, you can respond to people if you want to, but don't make that your main, don't make that what you're known for. It's better you're known for what you're here for. Like me now, I'm known for analyzing videos. So if I do Saga, if I choose to start doing Saga once in a while, I'm not going to make it 7 days a week Saga. I can do 1 day a week Saga, 6 days analyzing. So my analyzing is going to overshadow my Saga. And that is one thing a lot of presenters are getting wrong. They are doing 6 days Saga, 1 day their niche. So now they are known for Saga. That is so unfortunate. That is so unfortunate. So I don't think it's only her. A lot of them have forgotten. They are not doing it anymore. Why they are here? They are not. They are not. You're not seeing it. It might start coming, like eventually. Like you guys see now, ODLK, like 2 weeks ago, I think, she made her own announcement, like, I'm done. I'm done with Saga. They want to kill my career. Saga wants to kill my career. This is not why I'm here. I'm talented, I'm an actor, and I'm done. And she said it. And I think she's really following suit. And I find it such a pity for her in particular, because she has a page called ODL, and ODL stands for Our Daily Life. And actually, what I think a lot of you don't know is that that woman is an analyst. Okay, that's what brought her. I think she has another page, Curing the Uncurable, doing something else there. But the reason she created that ODL page, Our Daily Life, is to talk about and analyze things she sees around her, and of course, things she sees on social media. But I find it so unfortunate that now she's not fully able to practice that thing that made her create that page. Because now, if she comes and analyzes someone now, they're going to take it personal. And it's not supposed to be so. That's why sometimes I just watch her, I feel like it's such a pity. Because there was a reason for her to create Our Daily Life. Is it life or lives? Our daily lives or life. So it's like that one, it's a pity. Like, I don't know why she wasn't accepted to do that. It's, yeah, I don't know what to say. I just find it a pity because, yeah, it was taking personal what she was doing. So yeah. So yeah, you might not see it in her. For example, her purpose on that page, Our Daily Lives, was analyzing, and now you cannot see it anymore because people have crumbled it because of the way they are responding to her analysis. They have taken it personal and they are going to drag her and abuse her and fight her. And it's just like me now analyzing. Imagine all the people I analyze come and drag me. Of course, they did it in the beginning. A lot of them did it. But I knew that the moment I engage anyone in a saga, and I know that I have no business doing saga. Saga is not my business. Analysis is my business, and I stuck to my gun. The moment you start to engage people, respond to the fact that they dragged you, means that you have something also personal with them. I could analyze your video today and tell you, oh my God, you need to receive sense. Look at what you did. And tomorrow I'm congratulating you because you got a new car. Because it's not personal to me. You've not hurt me in any way. You've not offended me. So my analysis is just based on analysis. I don't go to bed remembering, oh my God, look at that guy. I did my analysis, I did my video and said whatever. So when you start getting angry, you can analyze, but you don't want them to talk back at you. You should expect them to talk back at you. So she would be angry that they are talking back at her. You cannot be fighting when you want to be an analyst. And it's also going to be an analyst. For example, ODLK. I think it's going to be a bit difficult for her because she has friends on social media. Like me now. I don't have friends. I don't have social media friends. Yeah. So if you have friends on social media, it's going to be difficult for you to be an analyst because they are going to feel like you have friends, you like your friends, and they are not your friends. You're analyzing them. They're going to think you're doing it out of hate towards them, but you're not analyzing your friends. Even if you want to talk about your friends, you're not going to say all those things. You're not going to say all those heavily negative things. You'd choose your words, because they're your friends. So it's going to be difficult for anyone to be an analyst on social media when they have friends, if that makes sense. You're not going to have that full freedom to just say it the way you want to say it and do it the way you want to do it. And I think that's also going to be an obstruction for her to be able to do what she wants to do. But if I were her, I'll just keep my gun. People will not accept you fully. Just accept that. Know that people are not going to like you. Everybody's not going to like you, but just do what you want to do. This is why I'm here. This is my mandate. Stick to it. If you know that you are not doing it from a place of hate. That is how they distracted Lolo, and now that she's building herself back, they are still dragging her back. Okay, I think I said a bit about this before. Number one, nobody can distract you if you have put yourself in that place of no distraction. You're going to see and you're going to ignore. It takes a lot of strength to, it's easy for me to just say it, but you have to be strong mentally. It takes strength. If, like I said, if you choose not to be distracted, if you're determined, it takes determination, discipline to say, I am done. 3 words, and to mean it. Don't just say it because you want to run away temporarily. Let me go and hide. But you mean it in your heart. You have thought about it. It's a conscious decision that you have your good reasons why you don't want to do Saga anymore. Nobody can distract you. They distract you because you choose for them to distract you and you accepted their distraction. So I'm not going to blame anyone, no. Of course, there's going to be noise around you. Be prepared for it and ignore. That's why I said pull yourself out of that space, that community. If it's food you're cooking, cake you're baking, just be baking. Talk about flour, sugar, soda. People are going to be commenting, this one they talk about you, they don't open live video for you. Do like you didn't read that comment. Don't respond to it. Don't answer. After a few weeks, they will notice that, this woman means business. Some of them will go, they won't watch you anymore. But before you know it, you start to build a new community of people who didn't even know you with Saga. They don't even know what you're doing with anybody. They're just going to come and just start to love you genuinely. A lot of people watching me now don't love me for blessing. They love what I am saying. They love the fact that I am talking about Saga. They love the fact that I'm mentioning Lolo. That's why they are here. So the day you do away with Saga and you stick to your gun, you stick to your vision, your mission on social media, you're going to get the real, true people that are going to love your cooking alone. That's when you know that you're growing. That's when you know that you have your own tribe, your own community of followers and lovers. They love you for who you are. So I don't believe that anybody distracted anybody. Like me now, I'm doing this video. If I choose, I'm not going to respond to any of these comments. I'm sitting here and I'm talking for 30 minutes. And I'm going to be reading the comments and I might just smile. It's determination. No one can distract me if I'm determined that I'm not going to be distracted. So no, don't blame anybody. Maybe she's not ready to leave Saga. They are still dragging her back, and she's also accepting their invitation. She's also following them. She's a motivational speaker. Well, she says that she's a motivational speaker. So what is she going to teach other people about? Getting out of trouble, sticking to what they say. How is she going to teach people when she's not practicing it? She just did a video last time about pressure. How Melissa got pressure. she did a video about it, but you're not practicing it to yourself. I am being pressured to come back to Saga. Here is how I am overcoming that pressure. I am being distracted. But here, it's good to go and teach about nice topics, but if you're not practicing it in your life, they are just words. Do you understand? I'm not going to blame viewers. Viewers are going to be viewers. Like, people can come here and say, oh, blessing, whatever, whatever. I can choose not to. No, it's your choice. You don't have to respond to anything. But like I said, if you're not ready to leave Saga, it's going to be difficult to ignore. And that's why I think it's difficult for her to ignore, because she's not ready to leave Saga. And it's not a bad thing. Saga is sweet, like I said, and it could be addictive. So I already listed all the points. And the last point I mentioned was reconnecting with your spirituality. So if all these points, you apply them and they don't still work, or you find it still difficult to leave Saga, I'll just advise you, go for rehabilitation. Get professional help. Like, you've tried to join communities, you've tried to pull yourself out, you are no more watching videos, you've meditated, you've connected with your spirituality, you've forgiven all these other people that offended you, you've forgiven yourself, you've done all these things, but still, you still find yourself being emotionally attached to Saga. That means you have to see a professional. You need to go for rehabilitation. That is what it is. Like, I can't paint it differently than that. That means it's beyond us. It's beyond basic reasoning. You have to talk about it. You have to go and see a professional and get therapy. That is just the last tip. The last tip that I want to give to, again, those people who are done, truly done and dusted with Saga. Yes, thank you, Iyobo TV. Thank you so much. Oh my God, I missed so many comments already. Okay, I started following Lola. She used to dress. Somebody said they caught me. Oh my God, I read a comment today. And the person said, blessing. I noticed you started to call Lola differently after I busted you. I think she busted me in her own words. She said she told people that blessing is Igbo, because she said I used to call Lola in the Igbo way. And then she told them that, you see the way she's calling Lola, that means she's an Igbo woman. Only an Igbo girl can call Lola that way. So she said ever since she told them that, I started to call Lola differently. So that to cover up, well, the real way to call Lola is Lolo. That is the Igbo way of calling Lolo. But I noticed that, like, when I'm speaking English, I'm talking fast. I'm not going to say, okay, I want to talk about, when you want to talk about her, like, it's difficult to say it that way with that accent, like Lolo. And that's why I just say Lolo, like fast, Lolo. But the real way to say it is Lolo. Yeah? Okay. But Mama, what's her name? Gladys Amadi. She will say Lolo. That one is even funny. Lolo. Okay, so I started following Lola. She used to dress with native, with nice motivational topics, but Saga made her to guess so soon. It's a pity. Yeah, it could be a pity, but it could also be a lesson learned. And it's never too late to retrace your footsteps and go back to your purpose. We all have to rediscover our purpose, not only on social media, but in life. There are so many people here in life in general, they just discover, all of a sudden they've dropped out of school, maybe through following bad friends. All of a sudden, I stopped working where I used to work. What's happening? All of a sudden, I don't even have a savings anymore. All of a sudden, I only smoke. I'm smoking. And there was a time they had a purpose in life. There was a time they had dreams and ambitions. They had a focus. They had plans. I want to become a lawyer. But they lose that along the line. But they can rediscover their purpose. Like, I was somewhere. There was a time I had these dreams. They can retrace their footsteps. So it's never too late. It's a pity right now, but it's never, ever, ever too late to go back to the purpose, the origin, the beginning, the genesis. Never too late. So nothing spoiled, nothing spoiled. She used to dress with native. That thing, I'm going to do a video about it. I'm going to do a video about it because, of course, we know that Monica has said that many of the native attires that Lolo used to wear were all bought by Monica. So ever since their friendship broke up, to be honest, like I know that I have said many times or quite a few times that how can I'm gonna say it again, how can Monica be buying all these clothes, not just one, two, but all the clothes they want to parties and then flight tickets and everything. But if we have to be honest, like okay, I was saying that out of being rational, but if I have to be just honest now, ever since they broke up, Lolo has not really been wearing new native attire, if you guys already know. So sometimes I'm having that struggle in my head, like, okay, so why? So you said when you used to know her, she used to dress, or when you started following her, she used to dress with native. And that was the time, I guess she was still friends with Monica. I don't know, but I'm gonna do a video about that. I'm going to do a video about that. Good evening, Marriage Solution TV program. Like I said, if you're a content creator, please feel free to drop your link and grab each other, connect with each other, go and watch each other's videos. I don't have a problem with that. So just drop your links and let me know if you're a content creator. Let us highlight you here. You can also talk about what your channel is about or what your page is about. Let us talk about it. Let us also give you some exposure for people to check your. People might be interested in what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing, so just you can type it and I will highlight it. Yes, I always use social media president on as an example. When he started preaching, nobody was watching him. Preaching, I don't think is his calling. I think it's a good thing that he was doing that he was preaching and he did what he wanted to do at the time. He did what I think he enjoyed doing that, enjoyed preaching, and I think he also impacted some knowledge on people, teaching them about the Bible. I never watched him when he was preaching, trust me. I would see a video of his wearing that big cross and I would pass, honestly. But we cannot deny the fact that he's a better Saga president than a Bible president, if that makes sense. He does Saga better than he preaches. That's what I think. So why am I getting all these notifications? So yes, a lot of people prefer Saga, especially when they are used to you doing Saga. And that's the danger of doing Saga. When people get used to you doing Saga, you are done. The day you do anything else, nobody's going to come. So try to mix it. Saga is good, but balance it up. Do other things and then do Saga. Unless you've determined that my calling on social media is Saga, then you're going to win. I don't know if there is anybody who's calling. Is there anybody on social media who is just there for Saga? If you guys know, let me know. Is there anybody who all they do on social media is Saga? If that is what you do, that is also a niche. Trust me, you might not believe me, but it's a niche. It's a subject. It's something you can say, I'm here for Saga. Even if you don't Saga me, I will Saga you. I don't think there is anybody like that on social media. But if anybody should start that, then yeah, then you'd be like the first person to do that. Hello, Vita Naturale. Thank you for coming. Yeah, people like bad things. Like if you're there talking about how to be a good person and how to be kind to your neighbors, people are just gonna be like, okay, whatever. But start showing blood, start showing nudity, naked women, start showing, people are going to, it's just how it is. That is natural. Like it's natural. I don't understand you. Is it a question or a statement? Thank you. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. What is even Saga? Who is going to call in and explain to us? If you know what Saga is, call in and explain to us. I'm going to tell you a bit of what Saga is. If you check the dictionary, if you check the English dictionary, they gave examples of, for example, what happened in the Greek days. Like it could be a family saga, any moment of confusion, of rage, of, battle is a saga. Of course, now we use it as social media saga and conflict on social media, but saga is just a moment of disarray, if that makes sense. If you check Google, if you check, the dictionary. So yeah, but maybe other people have other ideas of saga or what saga is. But saga is just like what we are seeing: confusion, disarray, fight, rage, anger, battle. That's saga. And of course, like I said, we have family saga, we have historical sagas, like things that happened in the Royal Empire, the Greek, all the things that happened in the past. Those are sagas. Those are, bloodshed, wars, and all of that. So I don't know if that answers your question. Thumbs up this video, you guys. Oh my God, why am I not seeing thumbs? You guys, go ahead and do this. We are going to round off very soon. How long have I been talking? It's after 7 already. I started. Oh my God, we are over an hour already. Okay, you guys should help me. Thumbs up. Thank you, Janet Johnson. I appreciate that. Yes, I agree with you. Well, I agree with the last part. The first part is, I think Lolo is a nice person. I'm not in a position to agree or disagree with you. That is what you think, and you're entitled to what you think. But I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I agree with you, because I don't know her as a person. I only know her by what I see on social media. But manipulated by some people. That's another thing for discussion, because some people say she is manipulative, but you are saying that she was manipulated by some people. Which people? Which people? So that I will know if I should agree with you or not. Which people? Manipulated by some people. Which people? What kind of people do you think manipulated her? Let's start with that. And she should stop listening to Saga and continue to help women in distress. If that's what you think, she should stop listening to Saga. And that's one of the points that I listed. If you really, truly want to stop Saga, you need to stop watching and listening to Saga. You need to pull yourself out, disconnect from anything that has to do with Saga. If people bring it to you, tell them, oh, I'm in another place in my life right now. I really would appreciate it if you don't bother me with this. I'm sorry, thank you for sending it to me, but please, I need some peace. I need some space. I want to just stay away from everything that has to do with that. So it's a good advice, yeah. So if you think some people manipulated her, let us know which people you think manipulated her, then we can treat that. Oh, marriage solution TV program. Like, I love giving marital advice. That is very good. It's really good to know why you are on social media. A lot of people just create pages because everyone has a YouTube channel, so make me to go to YouTube. But you have a purpose, and the purpose is also in your name, in the name of your channel, Marriage Solution TV program. And this niche that you have chosen, it's something so many people can relate with, because especially those that are married, and even those that are not married, because of course most people aspire to get married someday. So even if you're not married, you can still follow this thing to prepare yourself, to prepare your mind, because she's going to be teaching you marriage solution, like how to solve problems in your marriage, I believe. So you already know that, okay, if this kind of thing should happen, if I get married in 5 years' time, for example, this is how I'm going to treat it. You've already heard it from her. You're already prepared in your mind. If my husband should do this, how should I respond? Even if I'm not married, you're going to be telling yourself, I am married, Blessing is married. But if you're not married, for example, you tell yourself, okay, so if my wife or my husband should do something like this, how would I respond when I get married? You can start learning and preparing. Marriage is not something you just run into and say, whatever happens, we'll see. Sometimes you have to prepare. That's why people go for counseling. So you guys, if you're married, it's a good thing. Go and listen to someone with experience. She has been doing this. I don't know for how long you've been doing this marriage solution TV program. Check out her YouTube channel. You might be going through something in your marriage right now. Go and watch her videos. Go and watch her videos. You can tell me there is no marriage without issues. Everybody is going through something, no matter how small. Some are really petty, others are really huge. You need counseling. And many people, when you tell them you need counseling, they'll start thinking, okay, so I have to call my pastor. Okay, but I don't go to church, I don't have a pastor. Okay, do I have to go and pay someone to counsel me? Okay, sometimes you can get these things for free on YouTube. This is a YouTube channel now centered around marriage. Go check her out, honestly. Honestly, you can just find the solution of whatever you're going through in your marriage. So thank you for letting us know what you do. You guys should check her out. Check out her YouTube channel. Thank you so much, Iyobo TV. Thank you so much. And I also recommended Iyobo TV to you guys last week. I don't know if you guys checked that out. Thank you so much. So in the absence of further questions or comments, I think I even overstayed my welcome because now I'm here for an hour and a half and I was planning on staying for an hour. I need to go back to my son, go check him out, what he's doing in his room. I want to thank you all for being here. If you already gave this video a thumbs up, I want to say thank you. If you already gave it a like, I want to say thank you too. If you subscribed while watching this video, I want to say thank you. If you are contemplating and you're thinking, why should I even subscribe? Go ahead and do so for many other videos. If you have suggestions and tips, you have recommendations on things you feel like I can really throw light on, you want me to talk about, send me a message, drop me a comment. Drop me a comment, I think that would be better. Suggest topics for me. Tell me, Blessing, talk about this, talk about that, and I will look into it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already. Share it if you haven't already. But if you already shared, I want to say thank you so much. I know choreographers usually share me a lot. Thank you so much to everyone who shared. Thank you for everyone who shared. I am also going to go live either tomorrow. I was planning to go live yesterday, but I wasn't feeling myself. I wanted to go live and I wanted to talk about dressing. Like, you know, okay, let me not give it away. I'll do it tomorrow if nothing else comes up. I wanted to talk about dressing yesterday, but I was like, Blessing, just do it. Do it. But I wasn't feeling it. So I didn't do it. So I listen to my body sometimes. So I didn't do it. So I'll try and do it tomorrow. I'll try come live tomorrow. Otherwise, it's going to be the day after. No, what? Today is Wednesday. Okay, it's going to be Friday. Weekends for me are difficult because they are family days for us. Only when my husband goes to the gym, then I quickly have time to do something. Okay, so this last comment, let me take it before I round off. You that is saying Lolo is a good woman, do you know her? Have you visited her? And I think you're responding, Janet Johnson is responding to Vita Naturale, who said she thinks that Lolo is a nice woman. I'm going to help Vita Naturale. I'm analyzing, you guys know I'm unbiased. Like I just say the way I think it should be. Okay, so I'm going to help Vita Naturale respond. She can also respond by herself. Okay, you that is saying Lolo is a good woman, do you know her? Have you visited her? She didn't say Lola is a good woman. She said she thinks she's a good woman. That's the impression she has. And I believe she said that based on what she has seen on social media. That is one thing. And we all have the entitlement to feel how we want to feel about some people. Some people, you just see them, you're like, oh my God, I can't even watch this person. I can't even stand her. There are people who take me like that, like Blessing has a big mouth. Blessing just talks anyhow. She's so arrogant. I've heard people tell me, not in real life, on social media. I've heard people or seen people write like she's so arrogant. So, oh my God, the way she talks. Everyone cannot agree on the same thing. So that's the way she feels. You might feel she's not a nice person, but that other lady feels or thinks she's a nice person, and she's 100% entitled to think that way based on what she's seeing or based on her own personal judgment of what is going on social media. But then you asked again, do you know her? Have you visited her? That's a very good point because, like I said, there is so much make believe on social media. A lot of people portraying themselves to be what they are absolutely not. A lot of us on social media, a lot of people, a lot of presenters are pretending, lying, deceiving, manipulating, and you're killing yourself for them. You don't know them. You've never met them. You've never been in the same space with them, and you're dying for them. Be careful. I think that's the second part that I'll feel like, okay, I can relate a bit. The first part is like, that one is personal. It's a personal thing. It's how you connect with someone. Okay. Okay. I think my battery is telling me it's time to say goodbye. Okay, it's not long enough, so we are not going to do this. I can't even breathe. Oh my god. Okay, I think it's similar to what you said. All right, with that being said, thank you all so much. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you all for sharing. Share if you haven't already. And I will catch you guys on my next one tomorrow or next. I'll let you guys know. Bye.